Ooh. Welcome back, Tater Tots, to the Couch Potato Queens, the queerest couch on the internet where the opinions are loud, the wigs are higher than our expectations, and the judging, well, baby, those are always under review. We're diving into RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18, Episode 8, the Snatch Game of Love Island, where romance is fake, comedy is dangerous, and some queens absolutely understood the assignment, while others brought a look and a prayer. I'm Mackenzie, and today I'm joined by my fabulous guest co-host, Joey, Dakota, and Sam. So grab a snack, settle into your spot on the couch, and let's get into it. Hey, girl, hey.
Hey.
How are you?
There ain't no snacks left. They hit them all from Mia.
Oh, Kenzie, it's great to be back. I think we've all got some thoughts on this new Snatch Game format. I can't wait to get into it. There were some opinions being thrown left and right when we were in our little lobby beforehand. So I'm pretty excited to be here. I thought it was an interesting Snatch Game. How about you, Dakota? What'd you think?
Yeah, I don't know if interesting is the word I would use. Lackluster, awful, lack there of talent. I wasn't a fan of it.
No, I think that it allowed the only person that really picked a character that could shine very well in this format was Jane Doe, because Truman Capote is just a relentless gossip and just sitting there. And instead of being on a panel being asked questions, being able to just sit there and look like, you're at brunch. It served Jane better than anyone, but everyone else kind of was just flying by the seat of their pants.
I agree completely. Yeah. It's interesting because do you think that they need to prepare the same way for Snatch Game of insert theme versus traditional Snatch Game? Like, is it the same preparation process, or does it become different knowing that they could change the format up on you? I think it is a little different.
I think their jokes were all the same, and that's why certain characters didn't land very as well as they could have. It's because they wrote all of their jokes in advance and had like lines ready for RuPaul in like a sitting format where you've got a card in front of you, rather than this like Love Island kind of knockoff where you're being asked intimate questions, where the questions are supposed to be more intimate.
Mm-hmm. I hear that though, where you need to prep your delivery style, your answers differently, but the character works better in the same.
Well, that's one of the things I was thinking about with this episode is, and I'm interested to get Sam's feedback, because I know you do a lot of stand-up and comedy. Like, it doesn't matter if you're sitting behind a desk or if you're standing in front of a camera on like a set. If you know your character and you've done your scene work and you fully can embody that character, you can do that character no matter what situation they throw you into.
Absolutely.
And so I feel like this episode really showed us who is very good at this and who's faking it. But we will get into all of that in just a minute. Sorry, you guys. There's an issue with our streaming software, and I had to go and get us posted on Twitter because that's where so many of our views come from. So thank y'all for bearing with us while we got going. But let's get the episode kicked off. We start off the beginning of the episode with Juicy Love Dion having a cry moment because she sent home Vita Von T Star. What are y'all's thoughts on this whole little crying moment?
Why does Athena look like Mother Gothel, like with Rapunzel, like just standing there like, no, my sweet child, don't cry, don't cry. Now, maybe grow some hair too. Don't cry, don't cry. Like, she looks like she's just this picture in there. She just looks like she swooped in and she's like whispering something terrible in her ear.
My sweet.
Brushing the tool out of her eyes.
Crazy take. At this angle, this is the best her makeup's ever looked.
Athena's, yeah.
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 And I just want to say, I feel so much better having gotten out of this last week, because last week I read Juicy and I said I did not like this look. And the Drag Race girls have eaten her alive this week on this look. A lot of them did not like it, especially the whole, I like the bottom part of the dress. I didn't like the headpiece, and I don't feel like I was alone on that. So that was very interesting. I felt better. But I mean, girl, I get it. But at some point, you've been on reality TV before. You should have a thicker skin than you've got at the moment. And you should not be wearing it's good for TV, but at some point it just makes me be like, girl, please get over it. This is life. Life sucks. You have to do hard things. Throw your dick over your shoulder and go on about your day. The girls come in the next day, all happy and excited for the next challenge. And there we find out that they start talking about how Darlene Mitchell is a secret assassin, because every time they do some type of a challenge where it's acting involved, she's in the top, and whoever she was in the scene with goes home, because she was in the scene with Mandy Mango, and she was in the scene this last week with Video on T-Star. Do you think she just has bad luck, or is she a secret assassin of some sort?
No, she's 3 for 3 now. She's 3 for 3 now. And I think she's just cursed.
Mandy and
the person that went home this week was also in her group.
Yeah, but that was Vita, so that's only 2.
No, I'm talking about this week too. The person who left this week was also in her group. She's 3 for 3.
They sat next to each other, or close to each other at least, if not directly next to each other.
And it's so crazy that she's able to send so many girls home, and she's a lip sync assassin, but she doesn't know half the words to every song that she's lip synced. So,
Dakota, you're thinking Kenya. We're talking about how Darlene.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Kenya.
No, girl, we're talking about Darlene Mitchell. Yeah.
No, yeah, Darlene's the curse, where whenever she's next to a girl during an acting challenge, they go home.
Yeah. So RuPaul comes in and tells the girl that this week is going to be the Snatch Game, but pack their bags because they're going on a tropical destination. It'll be the Snatch Game of Love Island. I just love how every single one of these queens are like, because at this point of the game, we all know what's coming. And for them to change it up this season and it be something different, I know not everyone agreed and not everyone liked it. I loved it. What'd y'all think? What'd you think? Not having seen it yet, you saw this and you thought it was going to be a change. What was your thoughts?
I can start. Here's my thing. I am a Snatch Game purist. I think that Snatch Game is totally appropriate, always fresh, always fun in its original form. I do think that it shows which girls are more adaptable when you throw a theme at them like this, simply because they prepare so much ahead of time for these things. It shows who actually is funny. But I don't know. I don't think it's necessary.
Do they though? Do they all prepare?
Okay, Mia Star.
Yeah. I was like, do they though?
Do they? Not necessarily.
Do they? Yeah. So, yeah, we found out it's going to be Snatch Game of Love Island. And immediately, the queens are trying to figure out what they're going to do. The most crazy of them, to me, is Juicy. Juicy starts off saying that she's going to be Gloria Stefan, then Becky G, then Cardi B, then Sofia Vergara, then Ugly Betty, before she finally settles on JoJo Siwa.
Was Ugly Betty even airing when she was born? No. Like, I think she may have been born after it started airing.
Probably.
Like, she is way too young for doing Ugly Betty.
How old is she?
Hold on, let me look.
Because Ugly Betty, I believe, came out in 2005 or 6, I believe. So if she's 20, then she indeed was not born when it came out.
She's 24.
Okay, so she was like 4 or 5 when it came out.
Yeah. I mean, young. To me, it's kind of like what Sam was talking about. Just, If you're coming into RuPaul's Drag Race, then you should be coming in with a package that you are comfortable with, and you should have sewing behind your belt. You should have some acting under your belt. You should probably have gone and taken a couple of singing classes or writing classes to learn how to write lyrics. And you should have a Snatch Game character and have 2 or 3 backups that are under your belt and you are 100% prepared for. And this tells me that she came to this competition not prepared. Period. So RuPaul comes in and she starts doing her rounds with the girls. And we find out that Athena was originally going to do Charlie Chaplin and do it as a breaking the silence and then coming out as gay. And RuPaul says, well, at least you've got the hat, but that is a lot of layers. What do y'all think?
Dumb.
Your head.
Dumb. Such a dumb idea, Athena.
Yeah.
I think she doesn't have the knowledge of Charlie Chaplin to know what you could joke about with him. Like, she doesn't know anything about the blacklist of communists. She doesn't know. She's probably never seen a silent film. Like, there's no way she had any knowledge that you could volley on. And why you would frame. This is Rosa Parks all over again. Remember, like, she framed the entire character around that one joke, is the bus still running? And Athena was about to fall into that trap.
Yeah, I think the only way that Charlie Chaplin would have worked is not going with the breaking the silence and coming out as gay, but if, was secretly a woman or just make something up, because we as the public really don't know that much about Charlie Chaplin. You could have done anything with it. But by boxing yourself into this little specific thing, then that's where you're going to be stuck. And you can't just volley with it. Because if you came out and did it, RuPaul's going to set you up. And all you have to do is hit what she swings or throws at you. You know what I mean? But to me, if I was going in and which RuPaul said, you've got this great Greek heritage, why don't you use that? I would have gone out there and I would have been like Aunt whatever, and had a completely made up character, and she just to be that, stereotypical Greek aunt or Greek mother that is overbearing, always trying to feed you. And that would have just been great for her.
Why couldn't, since she is Greek and has that Italian heritage, and she does like to paint and dress older than she is, we've seen Fran Drescher in the past, 2 different queens have done that. Why didn't she play Fran Drescher's mom in the Snatch Game? That would have been so easy for her to do. She has the wardrobe for it. She has the makeup and wigs for it. All she had to do was bring her a Greek Italian flair to it, and she would have. There's
also Maria Portocalos, the mom from My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Yes.
Like, she's gonna judge on Drag Race.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I think, what was it, season 3? She was a judge.
Yeah, Jane Don't made the Lainey Kazan joke as well, and I thought that Lainey Kazan would have also been a really strong choice.
Mm-hmm.
Another guest judge on Drag Race.
I mean, she could have done a Nia. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought that was just a miss. And then we find out that Mia was originally going to be Big Ange. And then RuPaul's like, oh, can you do a Long Island accent? And then she's like, is she from Long Island or Jersey? Mia said, she's from Jersey. And Jane Don't says, actually, she's from Long Island. You don't even know your fucking character or anything about them.
I mean, some people, so Joey is from, or my Joey is from Long Island, but some people consider that New York. Some people consider Long Island to be New Jersey, but it's kind of like a median cross between the two. So, I understand why she was kind of confused, but how the hell are you going to look at Jane Don't and be like, she's from New Jersey, right? That's a one mistake you do not do, is look unsure about something in front of RuPaul when RuPaul asks you a question.
Yeah. And then we have Nene Coco. Nene Coco is saying that she was planning on doing either Nancy Pelosi or David Attenborough.
I wish I could have seen her Nancy Pelosi now that I've seen her David Attenborough. Like, I really need to see that on the internet somewhere.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't know. Just thinking of her being Nancy Pelosi for some reason just gets me tickled. I don't know why, but it's just love Nancy. But yeah, I mean, and I guess the difference is she's young and she looks young, and can do old people, whereas Athena looks young out of drag, but then looks old as soon as she puts her drag on. Next up, we have our next group. And in this group, we have, there's really no surprises here, except for the fact that Juicy decides that she's going to be JoJo Siwa. And we have Miss Kenya Pleaser going around talking about how she is a Lizzo impersonator. And I don't know that I would have been going around and saying that after we saw what we saw. Was there any shocks out of this group about who they picked?
I will say, with Discord doing the Pope, why would you not pick a Pope? Why would you just be the Pope? Especially, dare I say it, when we have a Pope in recent memory who could not stop saying faggy. Okay? It was in Italian, but he couldn't stop saying, like, why would you not be the Pope who says fag?
And loves us.
And loves trans women, at least.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I agree, but I guess it's kind of then that narrows you in to have to be that one specific Pope. Whereas if you're just the general Pope, then you can just be a little cuckoo and crazy.
Yes, we're getting to the phase where I'm going to start railing against made up characters or like semi-fictional. I'm so tired of it. Come in and do a celebrity impersonation. It is the name of the game. I know it's all about making Rue laugh, but I'm just like, be someone real. I hate it.
The first real like step outside where I was like, okay, we're getting into magical Christmas land was when Rose did Mary Queen of Scots. I was like, okay, we're getting like, this is going to go places. People are going to see this and they're going to take it a step further. And then they did. And then you got like the Tooth Fairy and shit and whatever. And
but Mary Queen of Scots was real. But
she's
I mean,
real.
Yes.
Like, that is just funny to me.
Yeah. I think it was more funny that she was talking and I mean, that was the funnier part of the whole thing for me. I'm surprised no one except for, what was her name? Ashley Madison on Down Under season 3 doing Jesus Christ. Like, we're going to do a fictional made up character. Let's just pull Jesus Christ out and throw him up there.
I can't with these queens. I'm like, come on, y'all.
Yeah. So here we go. We've got Snatch Game of Love Island. So let's rate these queens. We're going to rank them based off of how much money we would tip them. So if we love it, we would make it rain. If we did not care for it if it was all right, we'll tip it $1. If it was horrible, smoke break. First up,
I'm gonna need a beer for this. I'll be right back.
First up, we have our boys. We have the pipe layer from Riverside, California, Chris. Then in the middle, we have the meat packer from Dallas, Froy. And then the pool boy from Denver, Colorado, Zane.
It was fun for me to see Froy outside. He was just in I Love LA, Rachel Sennett's new show. That was really fun. And Zane Phillips, if you've not seen the rom-com Fire Island, Zane actually plays a villain in Fire Island. I'm not familiar with the third guy though. Is he an actor? Do we know?
No clue.
I believe all of them are actors or reality stars in some capacity. I know Zane Phillips from the TV show Glamorous with oh my gosh, Kim Cattrall. It only was one season. It came out last year, the year before. He played Kim Cattrall's gay CEO son. And he was like, I don't know what he was in that. He wasn't the love interest, but
Joey, do you know who the guy with the black hair and the black beard is? His name is Chris, but do you know what he was from?
No, I don't know.
We didn't either. So we thought you might know.
Yeah. Zane is the only one that I recognized immediately.
He's been in all sorts of stuff. He's popping up because he was also just in Loot with Maya Rudolph pretty recently as well.
Yeah, all of them are gorgeous guys. Very gorgeous. I would definitely love to be between the legs of Zane, and I would not kick Troy out of the bed. Chris is not my type, just because I don't like a heavy beard on a guy. But other than that, I mean, he's still hot too. First up, we have Miss Athena Dion as Greta Onassis. What did y'all think of Athena Dion?
I liked Greta Onassis. I thought she was a fun pick. Was she real? Because I know that the person that she was, what was it? Andre Onassis, or Aristotle Onassis, was obviously real. I thought this was like a cute, fun. I just railed against made-up characters. I thought she was real.
It is a fictional character. It is the fictional first wife of Aristotle Onassis. Aristotle is actually a real person, and he married Jackie O. And he did have a first wife, but it was not her. But it was
Greta Feta. I thought Athena did surprisingly well this week. We heard rumors about a bomb going into Snatch Game. And I thought that she could be on the list, and she really pulled it out. I was impressed by her.
Joey?
I think if they'd have given her like 10 minutes to search a name, it wouldn't have been a fictional person. So I'm not mad at it because it's a blank slate of a character. She's able to kind of like put whatever she wants behind it because they're a public figure, but they're not a well-known public figure. So I'm not mad that it's a quote unquote fictional character because Rue told her to fucking change it. And she did, and then she was like, I'm going to come up with the real person, but I don't know their name, so I'm just going to make something up. But it's a real person, she just had the wrong name.
So make it rain, tip it $1.
I'll tip it $1. Like, it was good.
$1.
It was good, but there was a lot missing.
What do you think, Dakota?
I thought it was Samara's long lost mother that pushed her down the well from the ring. That's who I thought at first. And then she gave us insight of who the character was. I would have tipped it $1 and then went on a smoke break. It was just okay.
I agree. I would tip it $1. I wish she could have done more with it, but I'm not going to judge her as harshly because she did pull this out of her ass at the very last minute. And whenever RuPaul gives a suggestion for Snatch Game, I think you should always listen to that suggestion and run with it. Otherwise, you endanger girl, because if you don't take her suggestion, she's going to sit there and judge you even harsher. So, yeah. Next up, we have Jane Don't. What do you think, Joseph Collins?
She can't keep being good at everything. I need her to stumble at something. She is Sasha Colby level killing this competition. This Truman Capote was great. It's a make it rain for sure. I don't think I've ever seen a Truman Capote this good that wasn't like Philip Seymour Hoffman winning an Oscar for it. But this is more like what Truman really was. He was a goofball. He was funny. He was witty, and he was nasty.
What do you think, Dakota?
Ross Matthews in 30 years.
Ross Matthews now.
I would have made it rain. It was a really good performance. I didn't expect anything less from her. It was hilarious. She was one of my tops for the week. So make it rain.
What do you think, Sam?
Make it rain should have won. I'm gonna start this train now. I know that they have to spread the wins out to make it seem like Jane has some competition this season, but this absolutely was, I think, the funniest impersonation up there, and a real person, and it fits into Rue's whole world of gay knowledge and gay history. I think it is so smart, and Jane very much defended herself on Twitter the same way to people who were saying some things like Discord should have won or whatever. Jane was like, you have to factor in RuPaul's tastes at this point. She's like, I thought we all knew that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do it, Joey.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying I'm gonna take it like maybe one step further. The guest judge knew him. Like it's almost like it's like set up. It's destiny. Brooke Shields knew Truman Capote. Like, just give her the win.
Yep. I agree. I thought this character was hilarious. I really liked the point where, laid on the ground, spread legs, and took a picture of the butthole. I mean, just like, it was very funny. And again, like when Brooke Shields sits there and says, I knew Truman, and I felt like I was sitting right next to him again and just, having a good time. I think that's the ultimate, compliment that you can get when you're doing something like this.
The fact that Brooke Shields knows Truman Capote, but Juicy didn't know who Brooke Shields was.
We'll get to that in a second.
Gay culture is dying.
Yeah. I also thought it was hilarious when it's sitting there and says, oh yeah, hold on, RuPaul. I got to send a tweet. RuPaul is here and looks her age. I mean, that was funny. And then I also loved it when she sits down or Truman sits down on the couch and Athena looks at him and says, nice to meet you, Eleanor Roosevelt. that was funny too. But yeah, I just really her as well.
Harper Lee only died. She died less than a decade ago. And she was the same age as Truman Capote. Like in her book, To Kill a Mockingbird, Dill is Truman Capote. Could you imagine if Truman had not been such an alcoholic? He would have lived into the Twitter era and we would have gotten Truman Capote tweets.
He would have been a force on
Oh
Twitter.
my God.
And instead we get the orange Cheeto tweets. All right, moving on along. We have the fabulous Mia Starr as Bloody Mary. Dakota, what do you think?
Why did she paint her face? I'm not going to be mean because I feel like I've been mean this whole episode. I'm going to be nice. I would have went on a smoke break because this was awful. It was not good. She was struggling. I told Mackenzie when we were talking before the episode started, I was like, I was cringing the whole entire time. It was that bad. And I'm like, they've said in the past, it's normally like 2 hours long. So that's 2 hours of her bombing.
Yeah. What do you think, Sam?
Painful smoke break. I just, when you see someone just really give up and die, and it was like that pretty much right out the gate. She just laid down on those train tracks and said, take me now, Rue.
Yeah. What do you think, Joey?
Her makeup doesn't scream Bloody Mary to me. It's definitely a smoke break.
Kick a girl while she's down.
She looks like La Llorona. Like she should have been La Llorona in white, and you can still have the blood and all of that. But she could have just said anything she wanted in Spanish, and we would have bought it and screamed a lot because she's the wailing woman. And it would have been funny.
She looks like Athena Dion giving birth to Juicy. That's what she looks like.
Maybe the afterbirth.
I don't know what y'all talking about. I would have made it rain on this, but no, I'm lying. This bitch was horrible. I don't understand her makeup. I get you think you were trying to paint yourself like a ghost, but no, you don't have to go there for you. You're wearing a white dress, and why are you wearing that necklace, that bib necklace around your neck? And why are you wearing those fucking earrings that you can get from the Dollar Tree? Yeah, horrible. Probably one of the worst Snatch Game characters that we've seen in a hot minute. And there's been some doozies out there.
And she could have went anywhere with it. That's the thing. I think that's why I didn't like this format. I am going to give them a little bit of grace because I didn't like the format. Whereas the old format on the panels, Rue kind of feeds you your jokes. He gives you something to volleyball back with the whole time. Whereas this, they have to introduce themselves in a little cameo beforehand. Then they have to walk in. Then they have to sit on a couch across from 3 hot men. I didn't like the format. I feel like it would have thrown me off too. I feel like had this been on a panel, she would have had a little bit more of a chance of like coming up with something on the spot. But at the same time, this was horrible. So
I 1000% disagree because Rue set her up. Rue said, "So, do you like O positive, B positive?" Like she set her up with several different jokes, just like she would have if they were sitting on the panel. And I personally like the little intros that they did because it gives you the people at home a chance to be introduced to the character. Because a lot of times we don't know some of the characters they're doing. And so that to me is a little bit, again, like we said right before we started the episode and we were kind of chatting before we got going. If you have done your homework, and Sam can help me with this, but if you've done your homework and if you've done your character work, if you understand the character, you've got it. You're embodying that character. And, it's easy whether you're sitting behind a panel or you're standing where you're standing. There's no different. There's still a camera. What happened is the camera's hit and she had to start figuring out a way to make this funny, and she had not worked it out. What do you think, Sam?
Oh, I was gonna say, Joey, were you chatting? It looked like your mic was on.
Oh yeah, I think I'm a little bit with Dakota here because the panel does give you a little bit more room to hide, and everyone's kind of giving their answers at once. You can kind of look at everyone else's cards and see what they have. It's a different format. I don't like watching people bomb. It's not fun to me. Even a loser at Snatch Game still lands a joke. They're still like, the introduction is funny. They get one joke or two in there. I mean, this is like not since Sugar and Spice
or
level.
like Trixie Mattel playing RuPaul in All Stars, and she's like, I bombed for like, y'all saw it for 10 minutes. It was 2 hours of bomb after bomb after bomb. Like, and she's like, understandably, like doing it in front of a bunch of fans in an auditorium or at a bar, it's very niche. It is funny, but like doing it in front of RuPaul and getting no laughs and bombing the whole entire time, it literally just throws your confidence like even lower every single time you don't get a laugh.
Yeah.
I've never enjoyed watching a comic bomb.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I think with the format changes, it really shows who's prepared to sort of be in character, right? Because when these queens are learning punchlines that are designed for the standard Snatch Game, that's not like living in your character. That's Rue steals your punchline accidentally and you don't know what to do. You need 20 minutes of material on buses if you're doing Rosa Parks, right? Like, since that's the example we're using. You need 20 minutes so that wherever she takes you or whatever sort of curve comes your way, you are ready to respond in character. So I'm like, there's just a little different prep work than these queens might be doing. It's not just about understanding a punchline. It's how to work those punchlines in.
Well, and I think too that we're getting a lot of these queens because yes, okay, granted, yes, if you're sitting at the Snatch Game like we have it and you're sitting behind a table, yeah, you've got more coverage. And yeah, you're watching other people and you can see but that doesn't necessarily help you seeing what other people's answers are. All that's going to do is get you in your head further, especially if you're trying to copy what somebody else is doing, because then it's going to make you A, look unprepared, B, it's going to make you look desperate, and C, it's just going to make you, it's not original, so it's not going to be as funny. And I feel like a lot of these queens are going into ChatGPT and typing in, I'm going to do this character, give me some funny lines. But Sam will tell you, and they're drag queens, they should be used to standing in front of crowds on a microphone. Because when you're doing a drag show, you have to stand there sometimes 5 minutes and figure out a way to keep everyone laughing and entertained. And that's a perfect time to take some of these jokes and use some of these jokes and see what you get. If you say a joke on the microphone at a club and you get few laughs, compared to you say something and everyone is rolling, cackling, you file that rolling, cackling one away and say, that's something I need to keep in my little Rolodex of hate, as Bianca Del Rio calls it. But none of these queens, except for a few, have gone in and actually done the grunt work of seeing what works and what doesn't work. and fully really realizing those characters.
I understand like doing an actual celebrity or someone historical and doing them and not doing them justice, and not making them funny enough. But like to make up a character that we don't really have any backstory about, or that isn't typically funny, or making up a character at all that no one's ever heard of and doing it bad, that's even worse.
Yep. All right, let's move on to Miss Nene Coco. Dakota, start us off with Nene Coco.
Hilarious. Like I honestly, like I thought Jane's was of course in my top, but I thought this is even funnier than Jane, in my opinion. I thought it was hilarious. I would have made it rain. I laughed the entire time. There was times when he wasn't even talking, just his facial expressions with the prosthetics and like the makeup and everything. I was laughing. So I would have made it rain. I thought it was amazing.
What do you think, Sam?
I enjoyed this. I thought Nene did a solid job, but similar to her talent show, I feel like I've seen this before. And maybe that's just because I'm in more comedy spaces, but like I feel like a David Attenborough is not a surprise to me at this point that someone's doing it, but she did it right. So I would absolutely give it some tips, maybe even make it rain.
I was hoping that it wasn't gonna bomb like how what's her name?
Something wrong.
Yeah, like how somebody did oh my god, what was her name? She did
something wrong, right?
Jane Goodall, and like she painted herself
Nymphia Wind.
Bombed the whole entire time. Like that's what I was expecting with this. And then she did, I guess because she surprised me, I think that's why I thought it was as amazing as I did, because I expected it not to be good.
Yeah, no, I can see that absolutely.
And we can't really go by that's all we can go by, but I mean, there were some things edited out. So, I mean, you don't know some of the things that Jane might have done with her character because they were trying to edit it to show the reason that they're going to give Nene a win. So, I mean, I would really love it if we could just get like, just to see it all for ourselves, for those of us that are diehard fans, like the hour or whatever, unedited, shot down just to show the full. I mean, that would be fun for me. But okay, Joey, what do you think of this?
I loved it. I mean, it's definitely a make it rain, but I see production's hands here, and I don't like it. I don't like that I see production's hands here. That they're just like, they basically just like got Jane by the shoulders and be like, you'll get them next week. It's fine. Everyone else has to have a storyline. Otherwise it would be called Jane Doan's Drag Race. It
looks like, actually, he kind of looks like to me, like Alabama Governor Kay Ivey going on a lesbian cruise. Like that's what it's giving me.
I love that. What a vibe.
Mima up in her manor.
Mima Ivy.
I thought it was funny. I would have definitely made it rain. Some of the lines that I liked was, I'm not looking to date, but I'm looking to mate, baby. And then the other one was, the world's ending in 30 minutes, so screw getting married. Let's breed, baby. I thought that was all cute. And I love that he called Jane Ross Matthews when he went over there. So that was fun. I would have loved to have seen more of the banter of what was going on with them. And on things like this, I would love to see more Snatch Game and less of the conversation that's going on in the workroom and less of RuPaul going around and talking to them. Honestly, that's just me. Next up, we have Miss Darlene Mitchell as Mrs. Claus. I'll start this one off. I would have tipped it $1. I wanted to see more from her on this. But I think one of her lines was, Santa has 2 famous beards, and then I'm looking to get glazed like a Christmas ham. But outside of that, she kept breaking character, which I understand a lot of it was funny, but the breaking character kind of lost it for me. What do you think, Sam?
She's maybe getting $1 from me. I didn't like the voice that she used. I thought there were better voices that she could have used for Mrs. Claus. It just, we've all heard that, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do, like, it just wasn't exciting or fun or new.
I get the voice because she's been chain smoking because she's so stressed out from not getting any from her husband because she's in a lavender marriage. Like, I get it.
I would love to see that because that would have been a funny connection to me. It's maybe getting $1 from me.
What do you think, Joey?
You can't get more than $1 from me if you're playing a fictional character. Like, I'm sorry. Like, was it a little funny? Yeah, she obviously missed some jokes. And this format was perfect for her. Like, her whole theme of her character was, I'm looking to get some. And that's what Love Island's all about. And she still kind of blew it a little.
Yeah. Dakota?
I would have tipped it $1. She did start off strong and it was really funny. And I was hoping that it was going to get even better throughout, but she just kind of like faded after she like started breaking character, which I understand. Like, you're not expecting them to be as funny as they are. So like, I've done that. Like, when you say a joke and you don't mean to laugh and then you end up laughing because everybody's laughing at you. I get it. But like, she just kind of like started to fade into the background the rest of the episode. So I would have just tipped it $1.
Yep. All right. Next up, we have. Here's a screenshot of all of them together talking. Was there any moments that stood out with the whole group once everyone was kind of out there?
Darlene's shoes are back.
I think Darlene's shoes are going to be back for the entire thing.
Someone will find a way to wear Darlene's shoes once a week, and it's never going to be her anymore. It's gonna be like the Where's Waldo of the runway.
Yeah, I thought Jane played with her fellow queens really well. I know it's the Jane don't train over here. We're all on it, but I just thought she did such a good job this week.
Yeah.
Well, it's one thing to like bounce off of RuPaul, like him feeding you the jokes and asking the questions, but to be able to like play off of your other contestants around you, like maybe when they're bombing, like you're trying to help them out, throw them a ball, like, or you're trying to like lighten up the mood if they're like bombing time after time. That's a real talent because not even some of the funny queens from past seasons that have done well weren't able to do that. So I thought Jane in this group, Jane and Nene were like definitely the strongest. And then we've got Athena and Darlene were just, okay. Like they could have been better. And then of course, God, Mia Starr.
Whew. Well, and I'll just say that like, anyone that has been in a drag dressing room would know, like, if you are a drag queen, you should be good at volleying back and forth with other people. Like, that happens all the time. You will be sitting there getting ready. You're up next, you fucking busted old bitch, and then you've just got to come up with something, and it's just back and forth banter. So, honestly, they should all be pros at this, and it's really surprising that they're not, Next up, we have Miss... Can you please her? What do you think, Sam?
Oh, it was bad. It was bad. Rue was visibly cringing the whole time, as was I. I love me some Can You Please Her. I thought she would pull it through on charisma. Apparently not. It's a smoke break performance.
Yeah. What do you think, Joey?
We talked about it last week. This wouldn't just be a smoke break. This would be like, I'm tapping out. My night at the bar is over. Like, this is bad. I don't think it's anywhere near as bad as Mia Starr, but it's still pretty bad. So it's a smoke break.
Dakota?
I would have asked for my cover charge refunded. I thought it was awful. RuPaul has been visibly uncomfortable or pissed off in other challenges and past seasons, but like to see RuPaul's face go emotionless and then to purse his lips together when he started getting physical with the three guys, Like that was even more uncomfortable than Bloody Mary to me. At least Bloody Mary was just bombing her lines. Lizzo was bombing lines and then getting physical with the three guys and making everybody uncomfortable. And I think this also fed into why Drew Barrymore didn't do more like physicality like Drew Barrymore normally would, because we saw how horrible this was going with Lizzo's physicality. So yeah, I would not even have went on a smoke break. I would have asked for a refund at the door and went on my merry way. This was awful.
It started off okay. Like, you know, the first line is, you know, RuPaul asked her, Lizzo, did you prefer white or dark meat? And she's like, both. Then she looks over at the guys and she's like, white. Then she looks again and says, white with a tan. That was funny. And then from there, it took a nosedive down into the pits of hell. And then it went even further and kept going to like the core of the earth, where it just exploded into molten lava. Yeah, this was bad. Then Dissonance 5560 said Mia Star was not even that bad. It just wasn't funny. Kenya was straight up cringe.
This is very kind to Mia Star.
Yeah.
I love the charity overflowing in the hearts of our viewers.
Look, Mia's was, I mean, I see what you're trying to say. Yes, Kenya's was more thirsty and desperate because she was doing the downward dog in front of these guys and pretending like she was sucking a dick. So yeah, Mia didn't go there with it, but Mia didn't go anywhere with anything, period. She just sunk.
I understand their viewpoint. Like, Mia Star was Trixie Mattel and All Stars doing RuPaul. Just, you know, bombing, didn't have any jokes. It wasn't funny. And then you've got Kenya Pleaser, and she was basically the, oh my gosh.
She was kind of giving me Jiggly Caliente as Snooki.
That's what I was about to say. Jiggly Caliente doing the shmush Snooki on her Snatch Game. That is literally what it was giving me.
Yeah.
And Latrice like, this was some tomfoolery. I did not come here for this.
Yes.
Woo, yeah, Latrice got pissed. All right, yeah, but I'm kind of like with you, Dakota. I would have been like going back to the front door, and I'm like, I paid for this. No, ma'am. Yeah, not great. Next up, we have Mikey Meeks as Drew Barrymore. Start us off, Dakota.
Honestly, I know probably no one agrees with me. She was my absolute top. Like me, Nene and Jane were in my top 3, but she was my top. Like, I am a Drew Barrymore stan ever since E.T. Although that's not the first movie I ever saw her in, because that came out way before I was born. But ever since E.T., I've been obsessed with Drew Barrymore. Big fan. I think she got the mannerisms, the voice, like the sideways talking, like everything. The makeup, the makeup was a little off, but everything else was amazing. Like, she could have went a little bit further and like went and sat in the laps of the guys, but I think she like stood back because she saw all the crazy stuff that Kenya Pleaser was doing with the guys and was like, yeah, it's probably a little too much. Let me just take a step back. And then the way she played off of Kenya, she's like, yeah, Lizzo. Yeah. This was my top. Make It Rain. Like, this was my number 1 this week. I thought it was amazing.
What do you think, Joey?
It's tough because I halfway tempted to agree with Dakota, because I think she was able to get in a couple more jokes that were, I guess, more relevant. Also has a connection to the guest judge, so it could have gone either way. But they don't like to give wins to the same queen 2 weeks in a row. I think they've only ever done it for Sharon. That's the only time I can remember that they've ever done it on American Drag Race, where they've given a queen a week a win 2 weeks in a row that wasn't all stars.
Well, no, they did it. Oh God. Shit, what's her fucking name? I just forgot her fucking name. Sasha Colby. Sasha Colby had a.
There's Sasha Colby too. So like we went from Sharon in season 4 to Sasha Colby in season 15.
Yep.
That's
But
that's
this was nowhere near Sharon Needles, and this was nowhere near Sasha Colby. I mean, she was good. I wish we could have seen Ross Matthews on the judging panel for this, because he does a show with Drew. That would have been interesting to see kind of his feedback. I mean, it was good, and I agree. I would have made it rain. I wish, and I get what you were saying, Dakota, about her probably not doing some of the things because of how bad Kenny was bombing. But that's where I would have gone over there and then been like, this is how you do it, girl. And then I would have gotten, not sit in their laps, but curl up right next to them like a kitten sitting on a couch with her hand up on her and just be staring in their face while they talk. Because that is completely what something Drew would have done. I do agree some of what you said, though. I did. Every scene with her in it, I was looking at what she was doing instead of what the other queens was doing, because I was trying to see the mannerisms and things that she was doing. So on that level, I think she killed it. But for this scene, it would have been interesting to see her and Truman Capote in the same scene. And I think that's where the regular Snatch Game is a little bit different, because they would have been able to been there and play off of each other. What do you think, Sam?
I thought that they buried her in the edit a little bit. I wanted more of her. And I know that they were doing that for their reasons, but I am up there with y'all. I thought this was so strong. The water leaking out of her mouth. There were so many little things. I thought this was a really strong week for Mikey. Make it rain.
And, this is also, she did such a much better job than Willow Pill did in season 14, which was one of the worst Snatch Games in history, because everyone but Deja Skye had them lip sync for their Life Lollapalooza SmackDown. So, I mean, coming out and doing a character that was so bad and triggered such a massive change in the game before took some balls to do. So kudos to her. Next up we have, oh Lord Jesus, Juicy Love Dion. What do you think, Joseph Collins?
I don't think it's as bad as they said it was. I don't think it's anywhere near as bad as they said it was. This is a safe performance. And they should have just flat out said, there's a bottom 2 this week. It's a clear bottom 2. Everyone else is at least safe. This feels forced. Was she the funniest? No. Was she anywhere close to being unfunny? Also no. Yeah, so I'm gonna make it rain just to spite RuPaul. They're my dollars, and I will spend them where I want.
You know how there used to be the unwritten rule where you weren't allowed to play a male character, and now it's just kind of okay to do now? I think there should be a limit on how many times someone can do a Snatch Game character. Like, I think after someone's done it twice, like once someone's done it bad and then someone's came on and done it amazing, I think that should be the end of it. I cannot stand seeing like people do characters multiple times when we've seen it and it's like all pretty much the same. So I don't think that she was the worst. I know that was the edit. I do agree with Joey on this. I don't think that she was worse. I think Can You Please Her and Mia Starr were definitely the worst. I don't think that she was as bad as them by any means. Was she at the lower end of okay? Yes. But I don't think that she was like bottom 2.
Who else has done Juicy? Who else has done JoJo Siwa on Drag Race?
Lemon and Canada's Drag Race did it really well.
Yes. Like,
but not US version.
I feel like someone did do her on US last season, maybe.
Yes,
because it wasn't. It said Juicy Love Dion was the only one. That the real JoJo Siwa has been a guest judge.
Yeah,
maybe that's what I'm remembering.
Someone besides Lemon has done JoJo Siwa. I can't remember who it was, but like Lemon did JoJo Siwa and did it amazing. I think she was the only one that did JoJo Siwa justice, but I think there was somebody else. I thought it was on the
No, only Lemon and only Juicy. Those are the only two.
It just happened on the British version as well. So we've seen a lot of JoJo Siwa on Snatch Game.
Yeah. So what would you do with this one, Dakota?
I would have like tipped it $1 and then went on smoke break.
What about you, Sam?
Tipped it $1. I think it was solid. But not as close to the bottom as they would have liked us to believe. But if there's going to be a bottom 3, it's her or Darlene for me.
Yeah, I feel like she did worse than Darlene. I could barely understand half of what she said. JoJo doesn't talk like that. I hated the JoJo voice. I hated doing the back bends and doing all this other stuff. I just didn't like it. But I mean, hey, so I would have taken a smoke break. And then let's see. Next up, we have Miss Discord Adams as the Pope. What do you think, Dakota?
I thought that this was funny. I don't think it was like amazing, but I do think that it was funny. It was another chance for Discord to show us like a different side of her, a different aspect of her, because she is so serious most of the time. But I did think it was funny. It was a nice surprise. It's the second comedy type thing that she's done where she's done well. I would have tipped it a couple of dollars. But it was definitely in the top 4 of the funniest. But like, I don't think she was like top 2 or 3 in my funniest, in my opinion.
What do you think, Sam?
Top 4 as well. I think Dakota hit the nail on the head. I said it earlier. I would have loved for her to have been a specific Pope, particularly because we have the 2 most recent popes. We have the first American Pope and the Pope that can't stop saying faggy. So like you have options here, but I thought that she did a really solid job. I would have absolutely tipped it $1, maybe made it rain.
Joey?
So
I can barely hear you.
I'm struggling because I'm with Sam. I think Pope Formosus might have fit her aesthetic better. That was the Pope that Pope Stephen VI, he dug him up and put his corpse on trial. And so she could have just been a corpse and it would have fit a lot of what her brand was too. So there were a lot of like very specific popes she could have went with. And that's the only reason I'm just going to tip it $1. It was funny. It was still very, very funny.
I thought it was hilarious. This is one of my new favorite Snatch Game characters. Sorry, Mary just posted. Mia won that lip sync. We haven't got to that part yet, Mary. Only POC girls had gone home. Cedar's the only white girl who's left, and was because of Rita Queen, not because production wanted her to go. And I'm sorry, but I'm not buying the Nene edit. They clearly want her to win. Well, I'll get to that all in a minute, girl. But for Discord, I was saying I loved it. This is one of my new favorite Snatch Game characters. Up there with, of course, anything that Jinx has done, but of course, Trinity stuff. Like, I enjoyed the character. I really love I have a little altar boy at home making my outfits because, I mean, and then I've been falling asleep at the confessional booth. What happened to the good old days of taking your son up on the mountaintop and sacrificing them? And then my favorite one was, let's do a yoga pose. It's real easy. Put your right hand out, put your left hand out, and you just hang around.
When
was so sacrilegious.
Did anybody else get when Discord walked in the room as the Pope? As soon as he started talking and like just seeing like the prosthetics and everything, I'm like, why does he remind me of King Candy from Wreck-It Ralph?
Oh, I see it. I see it.
Everything. Candy. And he talked like that too. He kind of had like that affect to his voice.
100%. Or also kind of looks like Rumpelstiltskin from Shrek 3.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I mean, it's very interesting. But it was a fun performance. Was it the best? No. But I thoroughly enjoyed it out of that group. And I feel like this group needed some life support and oxygen. I mean, because Drew Barrymore was very much, I wouldn't say it was funny, but it was Drew. She embodied Drew. She was more of what to me, Snatch Game is all about. This was more of like a performance and had more of the jokes and things. So I feel like she kind of carried the scene, but there were just others who were better than her. But I'll say it again. I've said it before. I'm excited to see what Discord does when she goes home, watches herself back, gets a little Drag Race coin, and comes back for an All-Stars. I think she's going to be unstoppable on something like that because, I mean, she's been safe. So all she needs is to judge up some of her stuff and get some polish, and she could really shine on an All-Star season.
I think Discord has the potential to like pull a Corey King and just make a crap ton of money on Cameo, and she'd never have to touch Drag Race again.
Yeah,
she will come back, just like Corey will eventually come back because she's building a brand. But Discord could clear a lot of money on Cameo with the wacky prosthetics and her walk and her bluntness and the fact that everyone liked her.
Yeah.
Like, very seldom do you get a queen who's this into, you know how like she's like, well, I should have won, but everyone still likes her.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's just, yeah, and that you're very right. I mean, yeah. And so that just speaks a lot to who she is as a person. And the more I see about her, the more I enjoy her. Whereas some queens, I see them, especially once you start watching some of these the watch parties, and you see them on, and then you're just like, oh God, really? Yeah. Anyway, then here's all of the queens together, and we find out that the guys are going to go home with each other, and none of them are the winners. And honestly, I don't blame them. Then we get to our judging portion on the main stage, and we have Brooke Shields as our guest co-host along with Carson Kressley. Brooke Shields looks fucking hot here. Like she
is 60 years old, y'all. She is 6 foot tall and she is 60 years old. And I've been obsessed with her since I've seen one movie where she was younger. I can't remember what the movie was called. Where she was younger.
Blue Lagoon.
No, well, Blue Lagoon is how I found out who she was. Like, I watched that when I was like 5 or 6 years old. But there's a movie where she was a little girl, but I can't remember the name of it.
Pretty Baby. She's a child prostitute.
No, it wasn't that one. There was another one because I haven't seen Pretty Baby. I've heard about Pretty Baby, but I've never seen it. But there's another one where she might even be like a preteen in it. It was before the Blue Lagoon, and I watched that one after
Endless Love.
Endless Love. That was the one I'd seen right after the Blue Lagoon. I've been obsessed with her for years, but I've always thought she was so gorgeous. Like they said, she is known for brows are named after her. But she looks amazing. Like, so like beautiful, statuesque, like love her.
And I love this green on Rue. I love Michelle's dress. Michelle looks hot. And I love Carson in the chat. Like, they all look great.
This is what I want from RuPaul. Like, this is old school RuPaul, early seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race. The buttery blonde wig. I don't like the white wigs. I want a buttery blonde wig on her. And I want a full-length gown where only her arms are showing. That is what I want from RuPaul. That is what looks best on her. That is what I want. She has not wore a dress or a wig like this whole season. This is what I want from RuPaul.
All right, let's get to judging these looks. First up, we have Athena Dion. What do you think, Sam?
Stunning. She looked so good. I loved the ladies of the 80s, the way she did her makeup. This was this was almost the top look of the week for me. I loved this. Not quite slay of the day, but very close for me. It's a Moppet.
Cool. What do you think, Joey?
I think everyone She has the makeup for the face that she's doing. Shout out, because 80s Ladies, that was like one of my favorite songs growing up. We were the girls of the 50s. And so like seeing this runway based on that, absolutely love it. This is my slay of the day. I didn't know we were going to start in order, but yeah, we're going to start strong. This is my slay of the day. Absolutely gorgeous outfit.
What do you think, Dakota?
I told this to Mackenzie earlier when we were talking about it. I was like, it's sad. This is the best that Athena's ever looked, and it's the youngest she's ever looked. She does tend to dress in outfits that age her, but I think this is gorgeous on her. This is the best her makeup has looked. And it's crazy that this is the youngest she's ever looked because she's dressed as an 80-year-old woman. But I think I would mop this. This is gorgeous.
Mary said, this is what Athena should be doing all season. And that's something I mentioned to Dakota when we talked earlier today. I was like, I don't understand why Athena did not pull this out and do her for Snatch Game. No one's ever done her. And I think she has just enough of the bitchiness, and she could probably volley with Rue on anything and pull off it really well, just being her natural self. Let's see. And Mary also said Athena 8, she's totally grandmothering. This is also my slay of the day because I've got a couple of hot trainee messes in here tonight. So this is also my slay of the day. Next up, we have Jane Don't. Who started first last? Sam? So let's start with Dakota.
I would mop this. Like, I don't think it's her strongest look this season, but I know exactly who she was going for. And she did do it well. She dragged it up. I love that she changed the hair a little bit. But I would mop this. I think it's a really good look for her. Again, not her strongest look this season, but it is a strong look overall.
And just this was Kate Pearson with the B-52s, if anybody didn't know the reference. Joey, what do you think?
Loved it. This was up there. Like there's not a lot of room in the middle. I don't think there were any middle looks this week. I think it's really bad or really good. This is a mop it.
What do you think, Sam?
It's a mop it. I thought she did the look justice. I thought she did a great job.
This is a popcorn pass for me. I did not like this look because it is too similar to another look that she's already done, the lipstick look. It was red with the thing on the hair. I mean, it just looked very similar to me. So I felt like I've seen this on her before, and I've seen better looks from her before. Yeah, but I mean, I get where she was going. She kind of nailed it, but it wasn't draggy enough, I guess, for me, compared to what I've seen her do. So I felt like she was just kind of phoning it in, but that's just me. Next up, we have Miss Mia Starr. What do you think, Joseph?
I love this. This is a mop it for me. This is like high camp. She didn't just come out as Prince. She did her own little twist to it. I guess maybe the only thing that I would like to have liked to seen is like she could have drawn on like a little pencil thin mustache to it. You can still stay in girl drag and kind of like camp it up like that. That may be the only thing that it might be missing, but other than that, this is
that's what Prince was about. Prince was all about androgyny. So I feel like she could have still done like the John Waters pencil stash, and it's still been like feminine and androgynous. And like Michelle said, this is a very Prince was very costumey anyway. So the fact that this kind of does Rita's costume, it fits the narrative for Prince. So I mean, I would have mopped this. I thought it's probably one of my favorite looks that she's done so far. I feel like I've gotten to see more personality from her on the runway, especially on this challenge. So I really like this.
Yeah, mop it for me as well. I thought this was super cute and fun.
Yeah, I would also mop this. Again, like with Athena, I don't understand if she had this in her repertoire, why she did not pull out Prince and do Prince. I mean, I know somebody's already done it before, but I mean, I feel like she knows more of this character, obviously, than she knew of Bloody Mary. And then Mary said how she went home with this look and with that lip sync they play on her face so badly. We'll get to that in a minute, talking about that lip sync, because you may not like what I got to say about it. But yeah, I would mop this because I thought it was cute. Next up, we have Miss Nene Coco. Start us off. Let's see, Sam.
It's a Muppet. I think she nailed the look. It's Cyndi Lauper down. It's not the most exciting look to me, but like she hit the assignment.
Yep. What do you think, Dakota?
I love this. Since she's probably one of my favorite singers from the 80s. Love Cyndi Lauper. You can't go wrong with Girls Just Want to Have Fun. I don't think it was one of her strongest looks, but like I do. It's really hard for me. I'm not going to be super judgy about the 80s because it is almost impossible to do the 80s bad because it's super forgiving. It's super fluffy dresses, shoulder pads, rhinestones, sequins, big teased up voluminous hair, like mix match colors, color blocking. It's really, really hard to do the 80s wrong. That is why I'm an 80s girl. So I really love this. Like I would mop it.
What do you think, Joey?
I would mop it with the caution that this is close to straight up plagiarism. Like it's a little too on. There's no real element of her other than the wig. But I like it. I mean, it's definitely a mop it. She got the assignment, but maybe I think the reason that I don't agree with the winner is this runway specifically.
I think she could have added a little bit of yellow to the wig because Cyndi was known for like the multicolored hair because she was very like borderline club kid back in the 80s. I think she could have done like some different colored stockings and then added some more tulle underneath the skirt to make it more full. I feel like it's right on the head when it comes to Cyndi Lauper, but I feel like she could have made it a little more draggy.
Were any of y'all born, or were any of y'all alive in the 80s? Or is it
I
just
was
me?
not.
I was born in 94.
Yeah. So I was born in 1980, so I'm a full 80s baby. So I agree. This is full head on. I do agree with what Joey's saying. I would have loved to see a little bit more of her personality mixed in Cyndi Lauper, but this is a moppet because it is cute. The reason it's not a higher score, and this is a low moppet. I wish this skirt was a little bit shorter. It had maybe a petticoat or something underneath it to make it flounce more. And I just wish it was a little bit more grunge and the hair was a little bit more teased. But other than that, it was a good look. Next up, we have Darlene Mitchell as Miss Dolly Parton. What do you think, Joey? I can't hear you.
She can do no wrong on that runway. Like other than them shoes, this is gorgeous. This is the Porter when we joke about bring back the Porter Wagner wigs. This is what they're talking about. This is that curly 80s Dolly. I love it. Mop it.
What do you think, Sam?
Mop it for me as well. This was gorgeous. Also shocking that no queens have ever done Dolly for Snatch Game. The closest we've gotten was Lucy LaDuca in that comedy challenge that Sasha Colby ended up winning for the neck snapping. We have never gotten Dolly during Snatch Game.
Kylie Sonique Love did Dolly Parton.
She did, didn't she? You're so right. Okay, well, there goes my...
We did it on the corner.
Yep, she had the nails. You're so right. Never mind then, I retract my statement, but Darlene looks great. Mop it.
I would mop this. I love this look. It's probably the most glamorous that we've seen because she is the camp queen. It's probably the most glamorous I've seen her on the runway this season. I love this. I would mop it. It reminds me of, I can't remember who did it. It was like the coat of mini Dolly Partons challenge where all of them had to do Dolly Parton on the runway a couple of
Jinx.
ago.
This was Jinx's Dolly.
Okay. Like I love this.
I would mop it for sure. I do wish that the boobs were a little bit bigger, and I wish the hips were a little bit bigger, just to kind of make her have more of that like hourglass snatch dolly figure. But otherwise, I mean, it looks great. I enjoyed seeing this come down the runway, and it was fun. Next up we have Miss Kenya Pleaser. I'll start first on Miss Kenya Pleaser. This is a hot fucking tranny mess. She should have been eliminated just for walking down the runway in that. That was not Shaka Khan. I've met Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan has nothing like it. Yes, she might have worn something like this, but Shaka Khan's was
This
Shaka
is Shaka Khan in rehab.
This is Shaka Khan that got killed and is laying in a ditch somewhere, and like this is ooh.
This is Shaka Khan if she shopped at Charlotte Russe. I'm not gonna say it's a hot tranny mess, but it is a low popcorn pass for me. The wig is the only thing really saving the look. But
not even the wig is saving. Shaka Khan's wigs, our hair is much bigger than that. I mean, much bigger. When you meet her in person, she walks around the corner and it's all hair. All you see is hair.
It's just, yeah, it's borderline hot tranny mess, but it's a popcorn pass for me. Like,
what do you think, Sam?
This is, dare I say, Shaky Con. It's not. This is not it for me. It's a hot mess.
What do you think, Joey?
It's a low popcorn pass. Like, it's
you and Dakota are pussy.
It's about as low as a popcorn pass as you can get. It's the bottom of the bucket at the movie theater where it's nothing but unpopped kernels and burnt bits. But it's bad. But I have seen much worse looks this season that I have given popcorn passes to.
And I've called it out on other queens. I'm gonna call it on her. I've seen this wig almost every other runway. I'm sick and tired of seeing this wig. Get you some new wigs, girl. All right, let's move on to Miss Mikey Meeks. What do you think, Joseph?
I like it. If I didn't know from the outfit that who the reference was, she did not paint like Olivia Newton-John. So I would not have ever guessed that it was Olivia Newton-John. When Athena walked down that runway, I saw Joan Collins in the face before I saw Joan Collins in the dress. Like, I knew that was Joan Collins. I did not know this was Olivia Newton-John, so this is a popcorn pass for me.
What do you think, Sam?
It's a popcorn pass for me. It's maybe like a low moppet to popcorn pass. I thought it was cute. It fit her well. The shoes were cracked, literally cracked, which was not a cute look. Like, it didn't scream Olivia Newton-John or 80s. But I thought she looked fine. You know, like outside of Challenger side, I thought she looked fine. So it's sort of sitting in the middle for me.
What do you think, Dakota?
Not since Safira Cristal will we ever see a character shoe be graced down the runway like these. When I saw what she was wearing for shoes, I was like, character shoes. These aren't character shoes. So honestly, I think she could have been in the top two, and possibly could have won had she wore a better outfit for Olivia Newton-John. There are so many iconic looks she could have done for Olivia Newton-John. I know that the Grease one has been overdone. She could have done like Xanadu Olivia Newton-John. Like, that would have been super gorgeous and flowy and beachy for the runway. And she chose to do this with a purple character shoe. I just feel like it was just kind of safe. It like didn't really read too much as Olivia Newton-John or as everybody else would know Olivia Newton-John. So it's just a popcorn pass for me. She was my favorite in Snatch Game, but the runway was just kind of meh.
Yeah. Grease is RuPaul's favorite movie, so there's no way that she was winning this after botching this runway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, if you're gonna do, and she couldn't have done Grease because that came out in 1978, so you could have done 80s, but you still could have done, if you're gonna do Olivia Newton-John, there's 100,000 Olivia Newton-John references because she was one of the top actresses in that time, you know. So I mean, there's a million things you could have done. And because she, as Mary put it, wearing a shake and go wig, and because I hate the outfit and because I hate the shoes even more, and I hate the makeup, this is a hot tranny mess for me as well. Like, come on, we're in week 8. I need to see better from some of these queens. Next up, we have Juicy Love Dion. What do you think, Sam?
Slay of the day. I love this. And Juicy is wearing hair. And it is not a pussycat wig. Oh my God. I love this. I can't say enough good things about it. It's perfection. She looks so good.
Yep. What do you think, Dakota?
This was up there with Athena's dress. This is the most drag that I've seen Juicy. Like this is like the give and take that like you need, where she's been giving us like, you know, teeny bopper, like very like sexy most of the season. This is drag. Like this is like old school drag that like I want to see her, because it looks beautiful on her. Like she has a small, you know, feminine body, small feminine face. She can do the pussycat wigs and stuff, but like to see her in a big full curly wig and like a big mermaid dress with all that volume on the sleeves and the bottom, I love this on her. And this is my slay of the day.
What do you think, Joseph?
She flawless. Like she is the highest of whores. High whore drag. Like beautiful. The hair, the dress, the sleeves. And then you look at the original outfit. It's not the same outfit, but it captures everything about the original outfit. Whereas my complaint with Nene Coco was it pretty much just is the original outfit. This just exaggerates the original outfit even more than it already was exaggerated. So this is a moppet. I can't give it. This would be my slay of the day if Athena hadn't come out with her Joan Collins look, and it was just stunning.
Yeah, I agree. This is a high moppet for me. She's finally not wearing a pussycat wig. And I love that it's very Chichi Rodriguez reminiscent from Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for everything. Love it, love it, love it. I don't know. For me to kind of get on the Juicy bandwagon or like the Juicy train, I'm going to need her to be consistent across the board. Like I'm going to you know, she served a couple of good looks. Yes, she could lip sync, but then she bombs in these challenges. Like I hope that because I don't see her winning Drag Race. I don't think any of us can say that we see her winning this. So I hope she learns from the experience. She grows and sees what she looked like on television. And like I'm looking forward to seeing her on an all-star season and seeing the glow up once she has some of that Drag Race money.
I think she's going to be like a Naomi Smalls, where she just does kind of mediocre on her season and comes back and is really strong on her all-star season. I just think she needs a little bit more time to like fully realize herself and like cook a little bit longer. But I think she just peaked too soon in the season. Like she did amazing in the first acting challenge and has bombed all the others. I just think, unfortunately, it is what it is. She peaked way too soon, and then she's just kind of been skating by barely the rest of the season. But I think she's going to be a force to be reckoned with on an all-star season.
Yeah, I see her being like a Kahana Montrese, you know, of the season, like doing a lot of plastic surgery, maybe even transitioning. But like once she starts getting some of that Drag Race money in those bookings, I see her costume levels going to that next level and just really just being a shooting star.
Seeing this outfit made me believe in the 3-bracket system. Let's bring back Athena. Let's bring back Morphine. Let's bring back Juicy and throw them in 3 different brackets on All Stars.
Oh, Mary just said, is she Latina? She's never winning.
That's untrue. Ginger Minge won All Stars.
That's right. And
No.
Ginger Minge is 3/4 of a half of a tenth to the second millimeter.
Puerto
Something.
Rican.
Something. Has it changed? I thought it had changed from Puerto Rican to Colombian to Cuba to German, and then somebody told her that Germany wasn't in considered. I don't know. She's lied so much; it's hard to keep up this day. Last but not least, we have Miss Discord Adams. I'll go first on Discord. This is a moppet just because I love the wig. I mean, not the wig, sorry. I love the dress. I hate the boots and I hate the wig. And I wish she had a little bit more of a red lip. The wig's not bad, but I don't like the shoes with it. But mop it. What do you think, Sam?
I think it's a popcorn pass for me. Discord looks really pretty, but the wig is not reading as Reba to me. It's the red. I wanted to love it. I love me some Reba. Popcorn pass.
Dakota?
A lot of people I've watched a couple of reviews, especially on the pit stop, and they were saying that they weren't really a fan. It wasn't as strong of a Reba look. I am a big fan of Reba, period. Who doesn't like Reba? But this is giving Reba early in her career. This is Reba in the 80s. This is Reba's hair. This is what Reba wasn't really known as being a fashion girly. Actually, so my sister-in-law's cousin works for a boutique, and they have a location in Birmingham and Nashville. And the owner is actually the stylist for Reba now and has been when she started on The Voice. And whoever was her stylist the last 10 to 20 years didn't know what the hell they were doing. But she wasn't really known as a fashion queen. But this is giving me Reba in the 80s. Like that is what this gives me. Like, I don't know. Like I really enjoyed this look. I'm not going to say it's a slay of the day, but I would mop it. And I thought it was a really good look for her. And I thought it was very true to Reba in the 80s.
I was still in the womb when I went to my first Reba concert. Like, my mom went to see Reba McEntire when she was pregnant with me. I hate the color on the wig. Though it's not a dark enough red. Maybe it's the camera is just becoming oversaturated and it can't capture how deep the red is. But I would have preferred to have seen the dark wig, not necessarily that tile wig, but the color that Nene Coco's wig was on this Reba. Like, it needs to be a darker red. I don't like that she changed her walk. I don't. I think she should have kept the Discord walk.
I think she did. I think the wig is just so much bigger than her. It weighed her into place.
Her mug is perfect though for Reba. So I'm going to give it a mop it hesitantly. But I don't like the wig. And this feels more like 90s Reba, late 80s, early 90s. I was figuring I don't think of Reba as an 80s person. I think of her more of a 90s person. So she could have picked a lot of other country stars from the 80s. Because Reba just always looked like she was going to the Opry no matter where she was at.
Yep. And I love, we get the Discord cam every week. So, love the Discord cam. And I did see her walk changed a little bit, but I think it was because she was feeling puss and she was wearing different shoes that she probably was a little bit more comfortable walking in. So yeah. And I think she's probably trying to change it up a little bit because I think she thought she had slayed this week and she was going to win. So I think that's why she changed it. She was walking cocky this week. I think that's why that changed up. We find out that Nene Coco is the winner of this week's challenge. Do y'all agree?
Fine. Congrats to Nene. I don't think she didn't not earn it. I just personally, Jane was the winner of the week for me.
I thought it was hilarious when they called out Athena and who was it? Darlene, and then Discord, and y'all are all safe. Perpetually in the middle and safe. Those three, almost all the ways, are in the middle and safe.
The first 10 minutes of Untucked is just Discord letting that out. She was pissed. She was so pissed.
Discord is getting that Q edit where she thinks she should be in the top 2 every single week, and then she's just consistently safe like every single week, and it's like making her more and more mad that she's not in the top.
I wouldn't really say it's making her mad. I think it's just it's playing with a little bit, but unlike Q, it made Q spiral. I don't really think we're seeing Discord spiral. I think Discord is taking it and trying to be like, I think it's fueling her to try to do harder, do something different the next week. Whereas Q, it was fucking with her and making her question her self-worth. I don't see very much making Discord question her self-worth, especially a TV show. That's just me. We then find out that the bottom 3 are Mia Star, Kenya Pleaser, and Juicy Love Dion. Do we agree with the bottom 3?
If they want to do a bottom 3, then yes, but the bottom 2 that they picked was definitely correct. But I don't think Juicy was like as horrible as the other 2, so I didn't even think she came close to being in the bottom 2.
I'm right there with Dakota. I think that there was a clear bottom 2. Third could have come or gone for me.
Yeah, they could have just said like Juicy Dion, you are safe, and not like put her through that. She didn't have to put her through that. It was bullcrap.
Darlene said, Mary said Darlene should have been bottom 3. I would disagree with that. I think she was very low. I think she was like number 4, but I don't think she is bottom 3 because she did get a few more laughs and things in there. And I think her character was more realized than these 3. And I think people that don't like Juicy being in the bottom, she has no one to blame but herself, because look at the beginning of the episode. She was trying to pick between 15 Snatch Game characters. So she was not prepared and did not know what she was doing. So she has no one to blame but herself. We find out that the bottom 2 are going to be indeed Mia Star and Kenya Pleaser. And here we have Mother sitting in the back going, ma. But yeah, and they're going to be lip syncing to Head Over Heels by the Go-Go's. What did y'all think of this lip sync?
I thought with Kenya being, okay, I'm not going to say her being a strong lip syncer because that's a lie. I thought that with Kenya Pleaser being such a performer, and with Mia Star being such a great dancer and choreographer, that it was going to be, como se dice, a stronger lip sync than it was. I kind of thought it was kind of like meth, like, to be honest. Did anybody else feel that way? That it was just kind of like,
Yeah, I thought it was such a white girl song. Like, not to put that box in, but the song was not really seemingly in line with what either of them do. I agree with Kenya as the winner. Unfortunately, I thought that the style was like just a little jarring with what Mia was doing, even though she is such a strong dancer and performer, would have tipped it, but the vibe was off.
Yeah, and it's something like me and Dakota talked earlier, and like I said to her, I think the reason it's off for Mia, and this is no shade to Mia, Mia is so used to being a background dancer, and I don't feel like she is as used to taking center stage and having all eyes on her and having to dance and sing and everything else. So I think maybe that's something in this competition that's going to hurt her, as we saw, because she's used to dancing, doing all this other stuff, and then forgets she's not the background anymore. The eyes are on her because she did not know the words. Kenya didn't know the words either, but at least to me, Kenya's was, it was neck and neck. and then it was just a little bit, you know. What do you think, Joseph?
I like Kenya Pleaser. That's about all I can say. I'm not going to defend this lip sync, but I am going to say that I am a Kenya Pleaser stan, and I'm not mad that she's still here. I am a little miffed that came at the expense of another girl. Because normally when it's your time, and it's felt like it's her time for quite a while, it doesn't matter how that lip sync goes. Your ass is going home unless the other person just totally botches it. And Mia by no means botched this.
So we know
I'm
that
very
it was
proud to
time
see
for
her
we know
lead.
we basically know that it was time for every other girl that Kenya sent home. It was time for them to go home because Kenya doesn't know half the words to the songs that she's lip synced every week, and she sent all of them home. So is Kenya that much stronger of a lip syncer and performer, or the other girls just not giving at the lip syncs?
I think that Kenya, I mean, she's memeing the hell out of it, and she's like making fun of it on TikTok. She's doing the Janet Jackson, and she's pointing to her mouth, and she still doesn't know the words. Like, she's having fun with it, so I'm not mad at it. It is giving us good content. I just hate to see Mia go because she was such a big personality, and she was so loud and fun.
Well, and I mean, I know it's a lip sync for your life, but she was doing a lot that song did not really call for, and it was a little distracting. And I think that's ultimately probably led to her not winning. And we find out that Kenya is the winner of this episode, and that Mia will be going home, and everyone is shocked. And I don't blame them. I mean, she was a strong contender. So yeah, it is sad. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles. And here she is writing on the mirror goodbye messages, and said, "Big Backs take over. Kenya, I love you, and I'm so proud of your sister. Athena and Juicy, take it home. Love, Mama Mia." So next week is going to be the Rusical. It's going to be Fanny the Hard Knock Ball. And from the previews, I'm just going to say it right here now. I am scared for Athena's life because she is fighting with Nene Coco for it. And I feel like she's probably going to get it just based off of the little clips that we saw. And it is never good when they show you fight for something in the preview the week before.
I mean, Athena needs to fight for like Miss Hannigan's role because she's never been able to look young, let alone play someone young. So we definitely know that she's not going to go for Annie or any of the other little orphans.
Well, Miss Hannigan is the winning role. Period. No, the person who plays Miss Hannigan, if they do even a halfway decent job at it, they're going to win because RuPaul loves Carol Burnett. Like, yeah. RuPaul worships Carol Burnett. I think Athena's got a good shot if she can do even a half-ass version of Miss Hannigan. What I'm interested in is, because it's called Fanny, they have like to mix their musicals. Are they going to give us Funny Girl inside Annie at some point? So there's going to be a Barbara Streisand role too there to maybe kind of like have another spotlight role.
Well, and it's also probably going to be Annie just because they can't they can't just rip it off and call it Annie. They're going to have to kind of do a play on it. So I think it's probably.
Well, yeah, but also Fanny Bryce is the main character of Funny Girl.
Yeah.
And she likes Babs too. So like, I don't know. I don't know what songs they're going to throw and what roles they're going to throw, but if there is a Miss Hannigan, it's the winning role.
And Mary says, if it's another Rusical where the storyline of the Rusical is to audition, I'm going to roll my eyes. You already know it's going to happen, girl. You already know. Here we have our 3 looks from What You Packin'. And I'm just going to say it. I just don't see any looks that I would be interested in seeing on the main stage or the runway. They're just, ugh. I mean, the most interesting one is one with the sticks coming out of the side and Swamp Witch, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, interesting. Then here's some of our looks from our queens from weeks past. This is Mandy Mango, and this is what she would have done for last week's episode, where it was "I See Through You" or something like that. And she was going to just do a play on I cannot remember the calligraphy, but it's is it Chinese calligraphy?
Japanese.
Japanese, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought this looked really good. I would have loved to have seen this on the main stage. It would have been different, and it would have been cultural, so it would have been a safe.
I wonder what the material is. I wonder if it was like silicone or like latex fabric, or if it was actually just like a sheer type of like.
I'm glad you asked, because if you go to her Instagram page, she has an entire 5-minute video on the making of the outfit.
Okay.
That's something she's doing each week, is she's showing how it was made, and she's showcasing or giving a spotlight to the designers and all of that other stuff that helped make them. The next look we have was also the 80s look, and this is
Didi Fuego as Betsy Johnson, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yes, Didi Fuego as Betsy Johnson. This would have been fun. Yep. And apparently she collaborates or works with Betsy, so I mean, good for her.
Cool.
Then we have why did I just forget this bitch's name?
Sierra Mist.
Sierra Mist. And let me see if I can blow this up to see. It was Dr. Sally Ride.
Cute.
Yeah.
I love this.
This would have been so unique. Like, no one would have thought. They would have thought diva. No, she went scientist. Like, she went with a real iconic 80s figure.
Yes. And it got like, this is, I mean, 100% her to a T. And I remember seeing it on the news and her sitting there with a little headset on and having chats with school children and stuff like this. Like, very, very good choice. Then we have Vita Von Teese star as Janet Jackson. And again, like, I think we saw this look last week and we talked about it because she was in her What's Your Packin' look. Good, but it's nothing that I've not seen before. I mean, so like, I would have wanted to see it much dragged up and just kind of, and again, it's like what we said earlier, we don't see her in it.
It looks more Lil' Kim than Janet Jackson. And when
Yes.
Coco Montrese did Janet Jackson with, you know, the iconic changing the wigs and the looks every single scene, and that was the first time it had ever been done, like, it's really hard to top Janet Jackson after Coco Montrese did it. But this gives more Lil' Kim than Janet Jackson.
All right. Well, who do y'all think is in trouble next week, and who do you think is going to do good in the Rusical? Let's make our quick predictions before we leave. Joey, start with you since you're at the top.
I mean, it's Jane's to lose next week. Next week, they're either going to give Jane the win, or she'll be high again. There's no way they throw Jane in the bottom on a Rusical, and if they do, I'm calling riggery before I've even seen it. Like, absolutely not. As far as who's in trouble, I think Juicy's in trouble, because this is going to be simple choreo, like classic choreo with kicks, and there's not a hip hop element to it. There's not a rhythm element to it, really. It's just classic musical theater dance if they're doing Annie. So Juicy's got an uphill battle for sure.
I think it's going to be Juicy and Athena, and they're going to make them lip sync against each other.
You think this is the week that it happens?
Yes.
It's going to happen.
I think because even though, like, Athena's a performer and Juicy's an amazing dancer and choreographer, it's also got the aspect of, like, learning your lines and acting as well. And I think that it's going to be Juicy and Athena lip syncing against each other.
I think it's Kenya. I think they've been trying to get Kenya out for a minute. I think that Kenya is not going to know her words, and they're going to send her home for it.
I mean, that's very, very possible. Yeah, I think it's going to be James to lose, and I think it's going to be probably I'm going to say the bottom three as Kenya, Athena, and Juicy. And I think it'll be I don't know. I think if they put Athena at the bottom, I think if the bottom three are those three, then they're gonna do an Athena and a Juicy lip sync, just because they're gonna want that drama on stage.
Well, you saw when Juicy was in the bottom this week, like Athena looked like they were sacrificing her firstborn, and when they said that she was safe, she was like so relieved. And I'm like, I feel like they're setting it up to where they're gonna make them lip sync against each other at some point.
Yep. That's gonna be about it for us tonight. We will be back here on Thursday night for the finale of The Traitors and the reunion. So we usually go on around 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. We will be going on probably about an hour or so later than that, just to kind of wrap all of it up for The Traitors. And then we're done with that. And then we will be back here, same time, same place next week for RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18, Episode 9. Fanny, It's Hard Knock Life, the Rusical. So before we go, let's get some social medias. Let's see here. Joseph, where can they follow you at?
You can follow me at Nosfera22425 on Blue Sky and only on Blue Sky.
Let's see. Dakota, where can they follow you at?
It's Dakota Rain across the board. Everything.
Sam.
You can find me at Sam Meyer Comedy on Instagram.
And y'all can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Kinsey_reality. And I think I'm also on X under that name. And while you're out there, make sure to like the Couch Potato Queens on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter, X, on Instagram. We've been doing good this year. We've been posting on Instagram each and every week compared to last year where we never posted at all. So, hey, if you're watching us on YouTube, do us a favor and like and comment. And if you haven't already, subscribe and hit that bell notification so that you can be notified every time that we go live. You could also visit our website at www.couchpotatoqueens.com, where you can find out bios about each one of the queens. And you can also find out information about all the other shows that we cover and some of our favorite things that we've shown. If you would also like to work with us, if you want to cater with, or if you want to collaborate with us, you can email us at info@couchpotatoqueens.com. And that is it for us tonight, Tater Tots. And we're going to land this Love Island Snatch Game spiral. Thank you to Joey and Dakota and Sam for joining me and bringing the opinions and the laughter and just the right amount of chaos. We will be back here again, like I said, on Thursday night and next Sunday night then for RuPaul's Drag Race. And see if season 18 continues to test our nerves, our patience, and our blood pressure. Until next time, Tater Tots, be kind to the queens, be shady with your friends, trust your instincts, and remember to always wear your crowns. Bye, guys.
Bye.